It's week 2 of the National Football League, and it's brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Jets and the Cowboys, next on Madden Football.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Lone Star State in the very mammoth AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. Today, after a topsy-turvy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here, as it'll be the New York Jets taking on the Dallas Cowboys. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business. Two clubs here, each looking to rebound from a Week 1 loss as we're underway on EA Sports. On the return, it's Jordan Lewis. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. So the Cowboys ready to go on offense for the first time, and it is their now 30-year-old quarterback, Dak Prescott, who leads the way.
And there was a positive in last week's loss. No interceptions thrown by him. But he only threw one touchdown pass, and you know he wants that to improve. He might even consider that as part of the reason that they couldn't take the win last time out. I believe we'll see a more aggressive version of him this week whenever they're nearing the end zone.
And this is dropped. Oh, boy. A chance for a big play early, but he could not secure it. Now a 2nd and 10. A Pro Bowler for the first time in 2022. Here's Tony Pollard. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. Play fake. Here's Prescott. And this is going to be incomplete. And the Cowboys are going to bring on Brian Anger to punt on 4th down. Back deep for the Jets, McCole Hardman. And they punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. So the new-look Jets ready to go on offense, and it is the veteran Aaron Rodgers at quarterback.
After years of flirting with the idea, the 4-time MVP finally found his way out of Green Bay this offseason, guiding himself to the Jets. We know he's already a Hall of Fame lock, but this is a chance to add one more crowning achievement to his resume.
In motion left is Davis. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. And that time the tackle by Malik Hooker. 2nd and 7. Throwing is Rodgers. He completes that to Garrett Wilson. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. A Jet first down, 18 big yards that time.
A lot to talk about when it comes to Garrett Wilson, the reigning offensive rookie of the year. Last season, really embraced the wide receiver 1 role with New York. Broke Keyshawn Johnson's rookie record for yards, and one of the brightest young stars at his position lives up to that by getting another Jets first down.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Garrett Wilson, the intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down. We look at this Cowboy defense. We know they're going to be tough to throw on, top 3 in the NFL defending the pass.
And hey, they were stingy in the opener. Didn't allow much of anything at all through the air. So now they come into week 2 saying, hey, let's see if we can do even better. Let's go ahead and get to that number 1 spot.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. And Charles, part of the reason they lost last week, they didn't have a single sack. Well, they changed that quickly.
But did they ever? And it was something they talked about with us extensively. They needed to get pressure. How were they going to get to the quarterback? Obviously, they schemed themselves into a great play, didn't they?
So now Thomas Morstead, who did his collegiate punting just east of here at SMU, he's on to kick it away. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. Second drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And that's well executed there on third down, and I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
On play action, Prescott. Dancing to his left. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple.
At the 46-yard line.
Looking to throw. Prescott. Short pass taken in by Schoonmaker. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. Here's third and a few inches. Now Prescott. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have a Cowboys first down as that'll be a pickup of about 5 as they convert on third and inches. The Cowboys had 0-1 on the year following the loss in the opener. And listen, they knew last week they were in for a tough fight on the road. But now here's the home opener and a chance to get things right.
And I like the way that you presented that, because the bottom line is they didn't come out of that loss discouraged. They just came home and said, hey, if we do what we're supposed to do, protect our home turf, we'll be just fine.
A second down throw for Prescott. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete. You talk about this Jets defense. They've been very good this year against the pass, currently holding on to a top 10 ranking at number 10.
And since this is such a good unit at covering passes downfield, I think that last play is typical of what we might see. A lot of short passes, see if they can generate some run after the catch, but nothing doing on that one.
Now on third down, that pass knocked down in the backfield and incomplete.
They converted twice on third down that drive already, but couldn't make it a third. We always talk about in-game adjustments. How about what the defense did there, able to shut them down on that attempt?
On to punt now, Anger, as he boots this one away. And you can't do it much better than that. This ball kicks out of bounds at the 4-yard line.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. We're scoreless after 1. The Jets with the football here to start the second quarter, as they've got a 2nd and 8 forthcoming. Rodgers going to throw. They're able to complete this one to Tyler Conklin. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now. Rodgers now to throw. Completes it to Hardman. And he is going to have a Jets first down by about a yard as they find a way to convert there on 3rd down and 5.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
2nd and 5. Rodgers to throw once more. Incomplete, right side to Cook. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. Here's 3rd and 7. Now Rodgers. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. Give him 22 there on the 3rd down conversion. He's one of the bigger receivers in the game, CD, and his size that time certainly helped against double coverage.
Yeah, you're still a little bit of a disadvantage when you're going against multiple defenders when they're trying to double you and sometimes triple you. But you're exactly right. With his build, he could minimize that disadvantage, and he more than held his own and hauled that one in right there.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. He was out there waving his arm saying, throw it here, dropped it, not a good look.
Well, all I can do is just look at him with contempt on that one. As a defensive back, I'm saying, not as an announcer. Just like, really?
A little bit of a diva look, isn't it?
Yeah, very much so, because I think what happens is he just had too much time to think. He's wide open now. Here comes the ball, and he doesn't concentrate, drops it.
Well, this drive, they're a perfect 2 of 2 on 3rd down conversions, but they need a full 10 yards here. Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. Throw out wide is incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down.
Well, they've moved the ball okay here in these first 2 drives, but this one's going to, again, amount to nothing. They've got to start dialing up some plays that allow them to finish drives with points.
This will be fielded at the 17. Call it an even 40-yard punt. 7, though, on the return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. They've been playing the field position game thus far. No score, 2nd quarter as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll run with Pollard to begin the drive. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Prescott now. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd. On 3rd down, it's Prescott. And he fires one, but incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down.
Not many boos just yet from this home crowd, but they may be starting soon as I'm starting to detect an uneasy murmur through this crowd.
A big rush, and it's blocked. Jets come after him, and they get him. And they will wind up taking over with control of the football outside the 10 at the 12-yard line. And with points at an extreme premium here in a 0-0 game, that could be a big special teams play right there.
That's an advantage play. Someone create an advantage for their team, give them an opportunity, and special teams is usually a terrific starting point for that. Blocking the punt, now they've given themselves a chance and have seized momentum.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. And his throw is incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. He'll wind up getting 3 on the keeper there, but it leads to a 3rd down. Here's Rodgers to throw. And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Mecole Hardman, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Jets take the block punt and convert it into 6 points. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick.
And now before we get to the extra point, remember all touchdowns do have to be confirmed by the replay official. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How's the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Zerline good with a PAT. And that makes the score 7-0. Now Lewis selects to return it. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. Dallas offense set for this next drive. But Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Prescott now on second down. This is caught. It's Cooks. And he gets it to the 30 when it's all said and done. Now this offense hoping to avoid the 0-2 start. They trail, but they've got a 1st and 10 here. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now, as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
And they've been kept off the scoreboard in this first half, but here toward the end, they're trying to change that in one fell swoop, but that winds up incomplete.
They'll throw again. Prescott. Got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. Anger is on to punt, and he gets this one away. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line. And the Jets going to go on offense one last time in this first half. And they may be content to take this 7-0 lead into the locker room. We'll see. An opening there on that first down run as he gets this forward for about 8 or 9. That looks to be 8 officially, so 2nd and 2. So we've reached halftime with just the lone touchdown here. 7-0 is our score. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
This has been a hard-fought battle thus far. Just the one touchdown to this point is still anybody's game at 7-0, as both of these defenses have been out there trying to one-up one another.
Okay, Coach, yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. And the Jets set to receive this third quarter kickoff, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in the second half. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. So here are the Jets now to take over. They're trying to get back on track following the loss to Buffalo a week ago. But the good news, they've got the lead right now here in the football 1st and 10. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
On second down, here's Rodgers. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far and brings up 3rd down. Now it's Rodgers. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. The tank, DeMarcus Lawrence with a sack.
That's be exactly what they were looking for coming out to start the third quarter. Get a sack, get off the field, get the momentum going in their direction.
Get the ball back to your offense, right? Get that momentum because, hey, this lead is very, very slim. Here's Thomas Morstead now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. He'll take it at the 42. A punt of 46, a return of 5. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Cowboys offense now, they head out for their first possession of the second half. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Prescott. Left side to Lamb. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 4, and that'll make it second down.
4 yards on the pickup. Second and 6.
To throw is Prescott. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down. They need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on third down. Prescott to throw it. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's out of bounds inside the 30. Prescott and Lamb hooking up for the Cowboy first.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass trick in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss. So second and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Throwing, Prescott, and that's complete to Cooks. Called out a gain of 5 as the clock ticks inside of 2 minutes to go now in the third. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. Here's Prescott. And that will be incomplete. The Jets defense making things difficult there. 4th down.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield in man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays, just like that one we saw there.
And his kick is indeed good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. And the Jets set to take the field. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Throwing now is Rodgers. On the out route, he finds Hardman. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. Play action. Now it's Rodgers. Throw right side, Wilson. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And it'll be second down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 38-yard line.
Throwing is Rodgers. Going right back to Wilson. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line.
A gain of 7. First down, Jets.
Rodgers to throw once more. That throw right side here going to be incomplete.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
Rodgers to throw on second down. Swinging this out wide here for Cook. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
6 yards.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Jets on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. Here's Rodgers. And that is incomplete.
And that's the knowledge you gain from being in this league for a long time. He's learned the hard way when to give up and fight another down. And that's a smart move to throw it away.
And here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. And out now come the Cowboys. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a fourth-quarter lead. Prescott looks to throw on first. And that is incomplete. Well, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down. Prescott. He finds his man, Pollard. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. They'll go with Pollard here on first down. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 10 more there and another first down.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
First down, and it's Pollard again. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down.
At the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back there and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Prescott, his throw incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
On third down, it's Prescott. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 40. That one good for 16 as the drive continues. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll be second down.
A gain of 5 brings up second and 5.
And again, it's Prescott. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up third down.
The coverage by Jordan Whitehead.
Play action now, Prescott. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
You get a rookie tight end who can run like this, it just gives this offense a different dimension than they've had. It's going to be fun to watch his development and how this offense expands as this season moves along.
Here's first and goal. Prescott now. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Lamb. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And they're knocking on the door. Second and goal now in a one-score game. Pollard is not going to get a whole lot, maybe a yard down to the 3. This is kind of one of those in-between plays here, Charles, on third and goal from the 2 or the 3 in that area. What do you dial up?
Something quick hitting. You don't have the time for something.
That ball is caught. It's Gallup. Touchdown, Cowboys. A 3-yard touchdown pass. And the Cowboys put together a fourth-quarter drive to take the lead.
Touchdown and congratulations and 0 relaxation ahead of them, right? Way too much time on the clock for them to start celebrating.
Yeah, part 1 is done, but now on the sideline, you can already see him scrambling down there. They're getting those defensive guys ready.
Yes, you have to get those guys ready, and you also have to talk to your special teams guys. Make sure the kickoff is exactly what you want and cover it well.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. So now Rodgers with a new team, but in a spot he's been before. Down 10-7, a little over a minute and a half remaining. Now they need, at minimum, 3 points out of this as they come up 1st and 10. Now Rodgers. That's caught by Wilson. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. To throw is Rodgers. Finding Hardman.
Okay, there's 3 timeouts left, right?
Think you got to use one here, don't you?
No doubt about it. I'd use one right here.
Back to throw. Rodgers. That's complete. It's Cook. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. So the road a little tougher here. Now 1st and 20. Rodgers to throw. And that's complete to Davis. Just over 50 seconds remain. Here's 2nd and 10. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Finding Hardman here over the middle. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in the 4th. And that is caught. It's Davis. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Meanwhile, Rodgers' throw into the hands here of Hardman. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. That's pulled in by Wilson. Now there's the timeout. Signaled for with 2 seconds to go. And the field goal unit likely trying to send this one to overtime. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. So on now is Greg Zuerlein in a pressure situation. With 2 seconds left in regulation, this to force overtime. And the 11-year veteran bangs it through. And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied. And we need overtime to decide this one after 4 quarters of play. We're all even. The extra session in a moment. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick 6 or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
This taken in at the goal line. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. So out now come the Jets. Well, they fought hard to reach this point, Charles, and now what an opportunity. They've got the ball first, a chance to take this overtime win away from the hostile crowd.
And you know, as the quarterback steps into the huddle, the first thing he's telling his team is, remember, we need 6, not 3. So we don't need a good drive. We need a great drive. And this is what they've been planning for. It's time to execute and take it downfield, even against all these odds.
And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
That's a pretty play there coming out of the backfield. But as that back, you've got to be conscious of making sure you're securing the football. When you get out in open field, sometimes you get a little loose with it as you're trying to get up ahead of steam. Make sure you keep it close to your body because those defenders are trying to punch it free. He does a nice job there protecting the ball and picking up on it.
And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked. DeMarcus Lawrence able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. We'll play only the 1 overtime here. If time runs out, it'll be a tie as they come up on 2nd down. Rodgers with a pass caught by Conklin. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
Now Rodgers. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Back-to-back completions, and that puts them in enemy territory.
And we're always looking for that elusive term momentum, aren't we? And I think they're building it with the back-to-back completions. Now they feel like they can either take a shot or continue to build it the way that they're doing now. Safe throws, get it to their playmakers, and see what happens.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25.
Brandon, that's a huge completion there. It puts them in field goal range, but let's face it, they don't want 3 here. They want 6. With these overtime rules, a touchdown finishes it off.
Yeah, looking to win it right away. Good to know, though, that they have 3 in their back pocket if they need it. First down, here's the run with Cook. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. I don't want to overhype it, but this is a big early season game, especially an overtime win. That can give you a big boost going forward in the season.
It certainly can, and I don't think you're overhyping it because cliches go out the window when you start to play overtime. And you're right, the winner of this game now, that's an extra boost moving forward. And it actually is an extra hurt for the team that loses because normally you shake it off. But in this situation, it lingers a little bit longer.
Opening drive of overtime and now facing a third down and 6. Big play coming up. Now it's Rodgers. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And he is in for the score. And it is absolute stunned silence here as they win it on the road in overtime. As the fans exit back out through the turnstiles, not happy looks on their faces. Feel like they probably let this one slip away at home in overtime.
I would agree with that, and their unhappiness hurts the guys at concession stands on the way out, right? Not stopping to buy something for the kids. They just want to get home. But what a dramatic way to finish this bad boy off. I mean, this game was dramatic all the way through. That's why we got to overtime. And then to go ahead and finish it this way, the fans streaming out unhappy. But the team that came in here and won this one on the road, they sprinted to their locker room.
And speaking of buying things, dinner on you tonight, Davis.
I kind of figured that was coming.
So for the Jets, after the home loss, they rebound with a good road win to get back to 500. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Cowboys, they'll drop to 0-2. And they'll try to rebound next week as they head to Glendale to take on the Cardinals.